everyone! I'm super excited to film today's video because I am going to be reading your assumptions about me. Earlier this week, I made a post on my community tab with a link to a Google form where you could send in a submission. I got quite a few, so thank you so much to everyone who sent theirs in. I really appreciate it, and let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more videos like these where I make videos with where I make videos with your guys' input. Without any further ado, let's get into reading these. And really quick, I am just gonna acknowledge, yes, I am gonna be doing all these races on a level 15 horse. It's because I literally have no more horses to train. Also, sorry if my sense of direction is worse than usual today. It's because I'm having to keep looking down at my phone to read the submissions, but I will do my best to not crash into every object. Alright, the first submission I have is, I assume that you don't swear a lot. It's a really lame assumption, but I just had to submit something. That's not a lame submission. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people who are curious and would assume that as well. I'm not a huge swearer compared to a lot of people I know, but you definitely wouldn't guess that from my music taste. You're secretly kidnapped, and all your videos, you're tied up at the barn, and your kidnapper acts like you for videos. No, definitely not. That would be ridiculous. I think I've met one of you guys. Hello, Hilda Tundra Forest. Hi Jazz, my assumption is that you are very organized, specifically your closet. I love your videos so much and I hope you have an amazing day. Corinne Ravenhunter. Corinne, I think it's Corinne. Thank you so much, Corinne. I am definitely a very organized person, both in Star Stable and in real life. Having messy spaces stresses me out so much. Like, I just can't get anything done if I'm surrounded by a mess, you know? And in Star Stable, my closet, I would say is pretty organized. You started doing YouTube to make money. I did not start YouTube with the intention of making money. I figured, you know, if I got big enough, it would be a possibility I'd be able to get my channel monetized, but I definitely didn't start it with those intentions. And I feel like if you do start a YouTube channel with the intention of making money, you're not gonna get very far because you're really gonna let your greed kind of control you and your actions. Is this enough of a bad mood outfit? Okay, thank goodness. You love cupcakes. I actually don't love cupcakes, surprisingly. I'm really not a cake person whatsoever. It's just too dry for me. You hold your sister against her will to film. Help, I'm trapped. Okay, very funny. Don't lie and tell people that you're trapped in my basement. You definitely have free will and you can leave whenever you want. And the next one is, you have a burping problem. I have a feeling this is something that my sister also submitted because maybe this is TMI, but I do burp a lot. I'm sorry. I hope you guys don't think differently of me from now on. I don't know why, okay? I just burp a lot. I cut them all out of my videos because no one wants to hear that. Maybe one day I'll make like a whole video just filled with burps and it'll be like a blooper video, maybe next year on April Fools. Honestly, I would get way too disgusted with myself editing that. It'd be so bad. You don't like training. By the way, love your vids. Thank you so much. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with training. When I have a horse that I really like, I don't really have a problem with training it. Okay, I count what I'm doing right now, like going around doing all the little event daily things. I count that as training and I don't really mind this. I don't mind doing like the special races and the little quests and the animals just because it's not as repetitive as other races. I really don't like just doing races that aren't for events because I just get so bored, and when I'm training, I am always listening to music or watching a YouTube video just because otherwise I am bored out of my mind. You look similar to your SSO character. I don't really. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh gosh. So Jasmine here has blue eyes. I also have blue eyes, although mine are a little more grayish, and I am very pale, definitely more pale than Jasmine, and my hair is not blonde. I wish it was, just so that I could dye it easier. I have brunette hair, but I dye the front parts of my hair. Well, technically I bleach the front parts of my hair. I think they're called money pieces, as well as my bangs. And when I'm tired of them just being blonde from the bleach, I dye them. Like right now, they're hot pink. Or at least they're supposed to be hot pink. They're more of a pastel pink right now, but that's only because they've faded from when I dyed them hot pink a couple weeks ago. I actually posted a picture of my hair when I dyed it on my Instagram stories. So when I eventually refresh my hair, if you want to see it, you can keep an eye on my Instagram. You're secretly the best SSO YouTuber. That is so sweet of you, but it's not a secret. Everyone knows that I am the best. Just kidding. Okay, I'm very sarcastic. I hope you guys realize that. You're weird? What's with the question marks? Is this an attack on my character? I certainly am a little bit weird. I mean, for starters, I'm playing a children's horse game, and I also don't like horses. That's kind of weird. So yes, I think I am a little weird, actually. You prefer regular SSO horses / regular coat toggles over the magic ones. This is 100% true. I think the only magic horses I have are holiday ones, except for one. I have the Campos horse. I don't know why I bought that thing. I think it's the first magic horse I ever bought. It's hideous and I hate it so much. But yeah, usually if I do buy a magic horse, it's either because I really like the normal coat, or it's because it's a holiday horse, and buying a holiday horse really helps me get in the holiday mood, you know? I love you. This is not an assumption, but I love you too. You're really sweet and you're good at baking. I would say that I'm a pretty sweet, kind person. I certainly try my best to be. And I don't know if I'm great at baking. I certainly love baking. I have a huge sweet tooth. The last thing I made were these strawberry cinnamon rolls. They were so good. They didn't even have cinnamon in them, so really they were just strawberry rolls, but they had just the best icing. They were so soft and gooey. They were hands down the best things I've ever made. So I'm definitely a good baker when it comes to some things, but also the first time and only time I tried to make macarons, they literally exploded in the oven. So I'm certainly not the greatest baker. You like candy. It definitely depends on what candy. I know I just said I have a huge sweet tooth, and this kind of directly contradicts that, but I really am not a huge fan of chocolate, specifically Hershey's chocolate, and a lot of the chocolate in candy bars and candies, like M&Ms. It has this kind of acidic aftertaste. I love European chocolate. Basically, I like expensive chocolate that doesn't taste like vomit. I do like candies that don't have chocolate in them, like Skittles, and lately I've been obsessed with these, I literally forgot what they're called, but they're little chunks of the sour candy, and they're rainbow colored, and they're so good. They're so good. You love the ice cream sandwich horse a lot. I'm trying to think of an ice cream sandwich horse. The only horse I can think of like that is the gingerbread horse, which I do like that horse a moderate amount. I have it, and I like ice cream sandwiches. Hopefully I'm not being stupid right now and just forgetting about the existence of some ice cream sandwich horse. If I am, I'm so sorry. You have an obsession with toes like many in the community do. I definitely used to. Not really anymore. I feel like as I grew up and matured, my obsession with toes kind of faded away. I used to collect every pair of sandals in the game, and then I would show them off to people, and I'd be like, look at my collection of toeless sandals. And I just thought it was really funny. So that's the kind of person I used to be. I used to be the kind of person who would be like, global, someone ate my toes, like they're gone. I kind of miss when people would say that and like you would talk about toes in game and it wouldn't be weird. Everyone just like universally understood that toes was a normal common thing to talk about. Now I feel like if you just brought up toes in global, people would curse you out because that's what global is. Oh, this next one's long. I'm gonna crash into something. Oh, no, I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail this race. I really don't. Oh, I thought I was gonna fail. Okay. You're a dog person more than a cat person. You aren't a big fan of birds. They scare you. You should have, I'm not even gonna try reading that, a lot more subs. Thank you so much. So I am definitely a dog person. I'm kind of scared of cats. I'm also allergic to cats, so owning a cat isn't really in the cards for me. I do have a dog. She's the sweetest thing ever, and she has just cemented in my mind that I am a dog person. As for the bird thing, that's actually spot on. I'm not a huge fan of birds. One time a bird pooped on my grandma's head, so that was like a little traumatizing. And one time a bird also tried to poop on my head, but I was wearing a bike helmet, so it just pooped on the helmet. Just the fact that birds kind of poop whenever and they like don't seem to give you a warning either, that scares me. Like, you know, if a dog's about to poop, they'll like do their little squat. I think you can even tell if a cat's about to poop. But with birds, it just shoots out of them. That's horrifying. My assumption is that you are not in a club currently in Star Stable and that you may have a boyfriend IRL. Your first assumption is correct. I'm not in a club. If you see me in game, you'll see that I'm technically in a club called Summerbee's Community. A few months ago, not even a few months ago, I think this was like a year ago, I really thought I was gonna get back into club owning, and then I realized that I was insane and I did not have the time for that and I didn't know what I was talking about. It's like when you get baby fever, but I had club fever. I made this whole club, I made outfits, I made a whole Discord server. It's all fully set up with everything. The only thing I have left to do is invite people to the club, but that will never happen because the club owning life is no longer for me. As for whether or not I have a boyfriend, I don't. I'm very much single, and I'm honestly happy with that. I think it's very important to learn to love yourself before you can love another person, and I am on that journey of self-love. And just to be entirely clear, I don't have a girlfriend either, since, you know, either could be a possibility for me. I think you either have a boyfriend or a crush. Sarah Mousebrook. Again, I don't have a boyfriend. I'll be totally real with you guys. There is a guy in one of my classes that I kind of like. It's never gonna go anywhere, you know? It's just fun to like someone, to just think someone's cute and just, you know, when you're bored in class, just sit there and stare at them from across the room. Or maybe that's just creepy, I don't know. And Sarah Mousebrook, you're in like every single one of my comment section. Your dedication to my content is mind-boggling. You're just always there. I did all the races. Now what? I still have more submissions to read. We're gonna do the dressage, even though I don't like the dressage. You give vibes of someone who has a pet bird. That's so funny because the other person was just saying I seem like I'm scared of birds. But no, I do not have a pet bird. I have a pet hamster and a pet dog, which you can see pictures of on my Instagram if you want to check that out. I'm sorry, I keep plugging my Instagram and I failed. I believe that you're gonna be the next Violet Flower Garden, that you're related to her, or that you've met her before. I am so honored that I give off the same comforting vibes. Where do I go? Oh, I go this way. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't give up. Thank you. Wait, I'm sorry. No. You know what? I'm done. I'm so done. I'm not doing this dressage anymore. I'm gonna find a place to stand and I will just read out the rest of these assumptions standing. Okay, where was I? So I'm honored that my channel and my videos give off those same comforting vibes as Violet's channel does or did. No one will ever be able to replace her. She was such a core part of this community, and she's like, I'm struggling to formulate my thoughts, but I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. She can never ever be replaced. I am so honored that in your mind, I am okay, my words aren't wording. I'm not related to Violet, and unfortunately, I never got the chance to meet her. I do very much look up to her though. I want my channel to be that same kind of escape and safe space that it was for me and so many people, but for all of you guys, you secretly are paying someone to train for you. I definitely am not. I just train obsessively whenever there are events, like for example the equestrian festival, because there are all these races and things that give you a ton of XP. So I just get all my horses trained then. Can you actually pay people to train for you though? I would honestly train people's horses if they paid me. Let's say if I get your horse from level 1 to level 15, how about that's like $5? Okay, does that sound good? Because I honestly would. You ride IRL, you have over 100 horses in SSO, your real name is Jasmine, you buy star coins a lot, love you. Love you too. I do not ride in real life. I live in an area where riding isn't super uncommon. I know a few people with horses, and there are a couple barns near me. It's just never really interested me, which is why it's so funny that I am so invested in this game. I actually have exactly 50 horses. I counted the other day. Maybe one day I'll get to 100, I don't know. I've had this account since 2019, so if I continue on this track in like 5 years, maybe I'll have 100 horses. My real name is not Jasmine. I won't tell you guys what it is exactly, but it does start with a J. It's pretty basic, it's easy to guess. The reason I picked the name Jasmine is because my favorite Disney movie is Aladdin, it always has been, and Jasmine, she has always been my favorite Disney princess. She's always been such a girl boss, such a queen. So Jasmine Whale Cake is an homage to her. Unfortunately, for some reason, I could not pick a better last name than Whale Cake. So that kind of ruins it, but whatever. I also don't buy star coins a lot at all. I think I have around 7,000. And the last time I bought star coins was last year in August for my birthday. I just really make my star coins last. I tend to only spend my star coins on horses, and I try to spend only shillings on outfits. Like for example, this entire outfit I bought with shillings. I did not spend a single star coin. Because star coins are so expensive, I can't afford them very often, so I just try to stretch mine out for as long as I possibly can. You are secretly so underrated. Love you. Also, what's your favorite horse breed? That assumption is correct. I am secretly very underrated. Again, that is sarcasm. I love you too. My favorite horse breed, maybe it's the Belgian Warmblood, just because that is the horse that is Teddy in my realistic roleplay series. But I also really like the Cel Francais, which is the horse I'm riding right now, and also the Dutch Warmbloods. I have 2 at this point, and they're both named after characters in the Hunger Games, which I think is really fun. I don't know, Star Stable has just been eating with their recent horses. Pretty much any warm blood, I think, is my favorite. You like carrots. This is kind of a random assumption. I don't like carrots, actually. I don't know, they just taste kind of weird. I don't like how hard they are to bite into. I'm always stocked up on carrots though, because my hamster and dog love them. So if you looked in my fridge, you probably would assume I like carrots because I always have them. I think you are obsessed with flowers, especially the yellow and pink ones. I do like flowers. I think they're really pretty. The problem is, I am very allergic to pollen. You definitely get the ugliest manes for the ugliest horses. This one's kind of funny to me. I don't really have any horses that I would consider ugly, except for that Campos horse I was talking about at the beginning of this video. I do think that horse is ugly, but you can't change the magic horse's manes. It does have the roached mane though, which I think is kind of ugly, at least on that horse. So, I mean, I guess. You love kids, but you don't know what to do with them. This is very much true. I wouldn't say I love kids. Kids kind of scare me because I don't know what to do with them. Like, what do you do if a kid just starts crying? What do you do if a kid falls down the stairs? I don't know. They're so weird and unpredictable, and it scares me. You secretly don't like Taylor Swift. This isn't really a secret. Like, if people ask, I'm not gonna lie to them and be like, oh yeah, I love Taylor Swift when I secretly don't like her. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of Taylor Swift. Her music isn't something that I really vibe with. There will never be a next Violet Flower Garden. She just like makes me mad for some reason. I don't even have a valid reason to dislike her, which is so stupid. I'm so sorry. If any of you guys are Swifties, I don't have a problem with you guys. It's just I have a problem with Taylor Swift and I don't have a good reason. I have no clue why, but I feel like you're a brunette. Sorry, I didn't know what to say. I am a brunette, so you're correct. I assume you like gold better than silver and you love jewelry, especially bracelets. Love your content. Thank you. I'm definitely more of a gold girly than a silver girly. I'm not actually a huge jewelry person though. I mean, I like necklaces and I have my ears pierced, so I pretty much always have earrings in, but I don't like wearing things on my hands. I don't like wearing bracelets or rings just because it feels unnatural, and I'm always anxious that they're gonna like fall off and get lost somewhere. I think you're a really pretty girl who loves horses and doing stuff involving your creative side. That is so sweet of you to say. I feel like when you hear someone's voice and you kind of get to know their personality, you can kind of tell if they're a beautiful person or not, so I'm honored that you think that of me. I do really enjoy doing things involving my creative side. For example, this whole YouTube thing is a great creative outlet for me. I also do crochet and ceramics, so both of those allow me to be creative and artsy. You wish there was a home stable at the racetrack and you have to change out horses all the time. This is so true, you don't even know. I have spent so many shillings just trailering from my home stable in Valedale over to the Baroness racetrack in the span of like 2 minutes. It is so bad. I just want a home stable there. Genuinely, I feel like it would be so easy to add and I want it because the Baroness's racetrack is like one of the prettiest places in the game in my opinion, and obviously my realistic roleplay series is set there. I just don't want to have to spend my shillings trailering and wasting so much time. You're a 20-year-old who plays SSO and lives in their parents' house. This is a really funny assumption, actually. I'm not 20, but I do play SSO, and I do live in my parents' house, so 2 of those are true. You're a really kind person and the best RRP blogger. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. The Belgian Warmbloods are your favorite breed. P.S. Love your RRPs and vids in general. Say hi to Willow for me. Thank you. I will definitely give Willow a kiss for you. The Belgian Warmbloods are one of my favorite breeds, like I was talking about earlier, but you could really assume that any Warmblood is my favorite breed, and you would be correct. Oh, last one. You're someone who has a lot of plant life in your room and take pride in those plants surviving. Love your vids. Thank you. I have a couple plants in my room. I would have more, but my plants keep dying. I do take pride in my plants when they survive, but normally they don't survive for very long because I do not have a green thumb. It makes me sad. I literally have some succulents right now that are like dying. I thought you weren't supposed to be able to kill succulents. I water them, I keep them by my window so that they can have sunlight. What am I doing wrong? I just want to have cute plants. If you stuck around all the way till the end of this video, thank you so much. I love and appreciate you. Once again, thank you so much to everyone who submitted their assumptions. Keep an eye out on my community tab for when I do another video like this where I read your guys' submissions, because this was super fun and interesting to do and I would just love to do it again. My mouth is so dry because I've been talking for like 40 minutes straight. I love you guys so much. Bye!